Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Hush Batman Black version from MAFEX. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks utterly fantastic, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that MAFEX is one of my favorite companies. I don't have a lot of their figures, however, every one I have is absolutely one of my favorites, and yeah, this looks to be going in the same direction because, you know, I have not read the Hush story, however, I am very familiar with the artwork, and they just really brought it to life here. Just really good tones in terms of especially the gray, the black, that nice bright yellow here for the belt. Sculpt work all over the place, like musculature looks fantastic. They're accenting that with a little, very subtle black wash, and just really nice. You almost don't even notice that it's there. Nice crisp sculpt and paint here on the bat symbol, and then the head sculpt. Head sculpt is sufficiently or exceedingly stoic and kind of blocky, just as it should be. Just really well done. I like the kind of nice touch here with the ears. So really cool all around. And then you have this cape, which is just insane. Like, it is billowy, it's huge, it's wired. We'll get into that in a couple of sections, but yeah, just fantastic looking all around. Proportions are pretty much perfect. Could not ask for more, to be honest. So just, yeah, just a absolutely beautiful looking figure. We get an absolutely killer set of accessories here, so let's not waste any time. Let's actually start with the head sculpts. And like I said before, we get that kind of stoic, kind of straightforward head sculpt right out of the box. And then we get a gritted teeth, more angry Batman. Really nice details here, especially, you know, we got the defined teeth going on, as well as, you know, kind of the lining of the lips, so it gives it a little bit of dimension. Very, very nice. Then we get several sets of hands right out of the box. We get fists, as we're used to seeing with many, many figures. And then I love that MAFEX does this. This is another reason I adore them so much. We get our little trees, so we get some grasping hands, pair of either kind of martial arts / trigger hands, a pair of clawed hands, probably my favorite, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of fists, and then finally a pair of fists, both with the grappling gun. So very nice sculpt here all around, especially I like that in the barrel that you have the coiled wire. And speaking of that, we do have two attachments for that. You can see the holes there. So there is a shorter one, and this is actual metal kind of coming out of it. Nice, very bright silver going on. Great clean sculpt with the spikes there, the grappling piece. And then we get that same sculpt again, same bright, beautiful silver, and then again, another metal piece, just a lot longer. So awesome there. Then we get multiple batarangs, actually two of two different types. So we get two of this more rounded batarang, and then we get two of the kind of more blocky Art Deco style batarangs. Penultimately, we get this awesome stand with the you know, kind of the edge of a building. As you can see, nothing really there on the bottom, but we do have a hole there for the port, and that is for, we get our standard Medicom MAFEX stand, pardon me. So we got our base, our arm, we got our other pieces in there. I just hadn't opened this yet. And we get kind of a straight pull as well. So yeah, great accessories. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation, balance here are things of beauty, as they tend to be with MAFEX. So as you can see, freestanding kick, though admittedly not completely freestanding because this cape is huge and I can't help but rest it on those wires. So either way, the kick looks good freestanding. So there is that, but getting into the nitty gritty of it, we do have a ball joint at the head, separate neck piece with, I think, a barbell joint going into the body. So we get all the way down, we get all the way up. Of course, we get tilt side to side and rotation all we want. Come to the shoulders, and we are on those kind of free floating butterfly style joints. So we can come very far forward, very far backwards, pardon me, very far forward. We can go up and down a little bit as well. So that helps us get into a Y pose when it comes to the shoulders. We do have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows bringing us to there. We do have swivel, hinge, swivel at the wrists, so we can get anywhere we want to go with there. Some good clearance as well. As you can see, sometimes the ball joints, you can kind of see them. So, that'll be up to the collector as to how they feel about that. Then we get a ball joint at the diaphragm, ball joint at the waist. It gives us insane crunch. So we're going really far forward, crazy arch back, and pretty much anywhere we want to go side to side. We get rotation on both of those as well. So because of that amount of freedom, definitely got to watch where the kind of abs are sitting. Come down on the hips. We are drop down just a tiny bit and come out. So unfortunately, we don't get full splits here. That's, I think, the one, I wouldn't say disappointing thing, but I would say it's a little bit more limiting than I expected it to be. And then our front kick, 90 degrees, beautiful. We do get a little bit of thigh swivel from that assembly up here as well. Then we get double jointed knees, folding completely in half. Unfortunately, nothing at the boot or shin, but we do get some decent point, some very nice forward, a toe hinge, and all the rocker in the world. So that will do it for articulation. Oh, actually, wait, no, that won't do it for articulation. Then we have the cape, which I had already said was wired, and we actually get wires at every little dart here. So not every dart, I'm sorry, the first 4 on the outside. So we definitely get a lot of play there. And the cape is also very light. So you're gonna get some really great flying and just dynamic poses there. That will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with a couple other Batmen from NECA and McFarlane Toys. With some other MAFEX. With some Hasbro and some Mattel. With some other imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as the Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Hush Batman Black version from MAFEX is that this is an absolutely kick-ass figure. I've loved everything I've gotten from MAFEX, as I had already said, and just, yeah, apparently I missed the early days when their figures were a little more questionable, but certainly everything I have has been top of my list. And I started 2023 with 0 Batman figures in my collection. I now have 4 or 5, and this is unquestionably my favorite. Just everything is so good about it, with the accessories, that cape, the fluid articulation. Just cannot recommend it enough. Unfortunately, it is not available anywhere at the moment. It is sold out. This itself was a reissue, so hopefully they either do that again or they reissue the blue and gray version, which is, I'd imagine, just as good. Same figure, just different color scheme. And yeah, so beyond that, I guess all you can hope for is the secondary market, and I wish you the best of luck there, because this is really a figure worth getting, certainly if you're a fan of Batman, specifically the Hush version. So all that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, I hope to see you back, because we do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more, as you see here. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's talk some more toys. Let's escape the world for a while. But ultimately, I just hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.